Today we are talking about Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam. She was about 4 to 5 years in Karbala, and we all know that in Karbala her most beloved father Imam Hussein Alaihis Salam died. After Imam Hussein Alaihis Salam died, the tyrannical forces of Yazid came to the tents. They looted all the belongings of the Holy Ladies Alaihis Salam, and they snatched away the hijabs of the Holy Ladies. Bibi Fatima Alaihis Salam's daughters were left bareheaded. Sakina Alaihis Salam was crying for her father, but instead of comforting words, Shimmer slapped Sakina's face and pulled off earrings from her ears. Blood poured from little Sakina's ears. Surely they would stop now, but they did not. One by one they set fire to the tents. The helpless ladies and children ran from one tent to another. Little Sakina Alaihis Salam's dress was on fire. Her ears were bleeding. All Sakina wanted to do was see her dear father. She ran to the battlefield screaming, "Father, where are you? Father, Father, speak to me."
عمت زينب أين أبي؟ رقية أين تركت الحسين؟ وكيف تركته؟
السلام عليك يا أبي يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفداك. عليك مني سلام الله ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار.
They gathered all the women and children, and the caravan was forced to start traveling towards Kufa. Imam Zain al-Abidin Alaihis Salam, frail with illness, was bound in heavy chains and forced to walk barefooted, as the ladies, including the granddaughters of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, were forced to sit on bare backs of the camels with their necks and hands tied tightly in ropes. As a child, Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam was very generous. Even at these times of hardship and misery, Imam Hussein Alaihis Salam's little princess always thought of others first. She would console her mother on the death of Hazrat Ali Alaihis Salam, and when she saw any other lady or child weeping, little Sakina Alaihis Salam would put her little arms around her. Finally, the Holy Prophet family of Imam Hussain Alaihis Salam was now facing Yazid. They were acting with patience on his actions, as it was Imam Hussain Alaihis Salam's will that they would do so. Every lady, every child was standing in front of Yazid, tied in ropes with no veils, and Imam Zain al-Abidin Alaihis Salam bound in heavy chains. The shocking scene is that the evil Yazid is drinking wine in front of him in a tray, and in front of him in a tray is the severed head of our Imam Hussain Alaihis Salam, and Yazid is hitting the mouth and teeth of the holy Imam with a stick. One night, Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam was asleep, and suddenly she awoke, crying, and started to look for her father everywhere. All the holy ladies tried to console her, so she would stop crying, but she didn't get any peace and continued crying. "Oh, my dear aunt," she said, "where is my father? A few minutes ago I was with my father, and he kissed me and said to me that, 'My dear Sakina, you will soon be with me.' But where is my father now?" When Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam told her dream, all the holy ladies Alaihis Salam started to cry, and now this noise of crying was heard by Yazid at his court. Yazid sent a servant to ask why the little princess Alaihis Salam was crying. The servant was informed that Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam missed her father, and that is why she was crying. They informed Yazid of the situation, and Yazid, for his sadistic pleasure, sent the severed head of Imam Hussain Alaihis Salam to the prison. And when Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam received the head of her father, she started to cry even more and held it very tight and asked her father, "Who cut off my father's head? Who martyred my father? Why are we held as captives?" With these words of sorrow, suddenly Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam was quiet, and there was a silence in the cell. Everyone thought that Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam had finally gone to sleep again, but this was not a temporary sleep. Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam had now gone into a permanent sleep to meet her holy father. Bibi Zainab Alaihis Salam summoned Imam Zain al-Abidin Alaihis Salam to check the status of Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam, as they thought she had fallen unconscious. When the Imam Alaihis Salam went over to check on his sister Alaihis Salam, he noticed she had stopped breathing. All the Bibis were crying, standing around Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam. Sakina awoke with a shriek. In the dead of night, she had seen her father's having only soothing light. "Oh, Sakina, you have suffered enough. Come with me. The days of your suffering are over. Oh, where is he?" It was just a dream. What a disappointment. It was not a reality to her bewilderment. Her uncontrollable lamentations gathered a crowd. The ladies also lost control and wailed aloud. Hearing the wails, Yazid sent slaves to inquire. Pacing up and down, he had not yet retired. Unknowing the cause, his crooked mind strived. A devilish scheme he soon mischievously contrived. Yazid's men entered with a covered tray. "I do not want food, please take it away. I want my father promises he did give. Without taking me, why did he leave?" They removed the cloth. Sakina beheld the face. Even in death, it was full of heavenly grace. With a cry, she flung herself on the wooden tray. Hugging to her heart, she snatched the face away. Inconsolably, she bent down over the head, putting her cheeks against that of her dad. Within a few moments, her sobbing had stopped. Her mortal remains she had quietly dropped. "How long will you lie on your father's head?" Zainab touched her hand. She was shockingly dead. Sakina had gone with her father, never to return. Hussein had kept his promise, as he has always done. Bibi Sakina Alaihis Salam is buried in the same dungeon. Bibi Zainab Alaihis Salam held the still child as Imam Zain al-Abidin Alaihis Salam dug a grave for her sister in the dungeon. Her Alaihis Salam's clothes were burnt in Karbala, and due to the injuries had intermingled with her flesh. Therefore she was buried in the same burnt, ripped clothes right there in the dungeon of Syria, Zindan-e-Sham. As the grave was being filled up after the burial, the mother let out a scream. All the ladies huddled around her, and the prison walls began to shake with a cry, "Ya Bibi Sakina, Ya Mazluma, O Sakina, O oppressed one."